Okay, good day, everybody. This is Dennis Wilborn. I want to just say aloha, how you doing? It is time for On the Market, live market updates. And we basically, let me double check and make sure that I am broadcasting as appropriate. Let's see here. I hope everybody is finding today's session definitely interesting. Yeah, there we go. And so I am watching on my my other Instagram feed. So if you do pop on board, aloha, welcome, good to see you. If you have a stock you want us to take a look at, please let me know. And so let's go ahead and jump into today's session. The market was a little bit, yes, it was up. However, it was also showing a little bit of, I would say, I won't say weakness, but it makes it suspect about what's going on with the specific entities right now. And so let's jump in and find out what's going on. As you see here, we have in front of us the S&P, or the spiders, which we use as a substitute for the S&P. And what kind of a pattern do we have going on right now? Well, we have what's called a spinning top at resistance, or just a spinning top. What is a spinning top candlestick? Spinning top candlestick is a sign of indecision. So the market is basically telling us that, well, do I go higher from here, or do I just basically, flatten out and fall back down and retrace? Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. It is the normal process for any market. We basically are in the process of a rally attempt. Let me get my colors out going here the right way. We're in a really nice, like I said, a rally attempt that's been going on for now 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Now, we have a spinning top, and what's nice about the spinning top, it gives us a level of resistance, strong level of resistance, right back up into the past highs, and then also what it does is provide us with a level of support, which is just a breakout area. If we open above, this is really kind of a nice candlestick. If we open above today's candlestick, and then reverse, and then take out the body of the today's candlestick. Let me show it to you a little bit closer. Take out that body. That would be an indication that the momentum is shifting back to the downside. And we would expect things to at least fall back to the 820 or even the 34. Ultimately, we could hammer all the way down to the 50 or even lower. We are still working on a... check it out here. Now we got a slightly higher high today. If we're looking at this particular, this particular high right there, slightly higher. Intraday did not hold. Let's take a look over here at the Qs. So the S&P was up. The Qs, on the other hand, are the NASDAQ. Not so lucky. There we go. Not the same aspect. And so basically, what do we have? Now, this is a very interesting pattern in that we pulled all the way back up to the 50-day and the 20-day. Didn't quite make it all the way, stopped, and then reversed. Closed back below the 20-day, 8-day moving average. We have, where is the, let's find the 200-day moving average is all the way down here. So we're not too concerned about that right now. But what we may have is a process we talked a little bit about yesterday where we're in a wave type pattern. You're familiar with the Elliott wave. Basically, you'll get a pullback, a wave down, a wave up, a wave down, a wave up. As we talked about yesterday, this downtrend line, very important for the aspect of it held as a resistance level, reversed down against that. Now, how far are we going to fall from here? Great question. We don't know. Now, we can get a projection of how far we might fall. How would we do that? Well, we would basically, let me go over here to the weekly chart to see if we can get a better picture of this. And we cannot. However, I can get rid of this. Remove that Fibonacci out of there. There we go. Fibs, be gone. Let's go back over here to the... So what I want to do, if this is a new lower high, I can lay in a Fibonacci and to give us an idea. This is the Fibonacci extension. And I'm going to go from this past high here down to this low, this lower low, back up to the high that we had today. That's, again, if price actions work their way back up above today's high, this voids this particular projection down to the downside. Now, how far might we go down from here? Well, a 100% symmetric move of this move down from here to here would put us down at this level here. What is that level? Well, that's down at, come on, there we go. The price action on that, down to about 289.59. So as you can see, we're at 310 right now, 311, so 289. It's about $21, $22 to the downside. That would be that projection. If this does reverse down, there are two technical Fibonacci type levels that we are looking at. One is the 100% and the other one is the 78% extension to the downside. So either one of those. And how far is this particular one? It is at 295. How will I trade this tomorrow? We have basically worked our way up on lessening volume. If we get any type of a move back up to the middle of today's candlestick, and we get then a reversal back down to the downside, that would give me a reason to get into a bearish position by either doing one of two things. I could either do a option trade on the Qs, or I could jump into a trade on SQQQ. Again, what do we want to look at? I'm looking for a pullback into the midsection, so about $14.15. If we take out that low, how much are we risking? How much are we risking? So if I got in at the middle section of this candlestick here, and the low would be down at about 6%. So that would be ideal. What we may do whenever we get a situation like that, what we can always look to do is see if the intraday, which way we want to go here for the intraday? Did I go the right way? I did. We can watch the intraday to see if we get a pullback into the 13.15 level, this swing low here, and that may be the same exact. No, this swing low here, if that swing low is taken out, we would be taken out at about 2.5% to 3%, much more reasonable and much more within our personal risk profile, and so that's where we're looking really good. And so, let's see, Elle, you joined us. Good to see you. If you do have a stock you want us to take a look at, please just put it in the comments section, and we'll take a look at it in just a bit. So let's get on back over to the daily, and let's take a look at the IWM. Again, IWM stronger than stronger than both the NASDAQ and the S&P. However, it did reach up into and tag this past resistance area up here. And as we've said in the past, in these past resistance area, there were buyers here who are having buyer's remorse. And so they basically were saying the prayer, you know, Lord, if you'll just let the price get back up into here, I will jump out with a break-even trade. So that's might be what we're seeing a little bit today. So let's see what happens. We've got, you know, a large move, big candlestick, hammer reversal candle that was on Friday, and a nice 3 days up. However, see the long wick on top? That identifies where the sellers came in and said, nope, not going any higher than this, and start pushing it on down. Don't see a real trade right here until we get one of two things. One, a pull back into the 8 and 20 moving average, assume it continues to move up, or if I get a retest and it holds back up here in the 228 to 228 up to 230, 50 level, that would give us a reason for potentially taking a trade to the downside. We also on the IWM on the Russell took out this swing low here, swing high, and so we now have a new higher swing high in place. We do not have, though, a new higher swing low. So watch for a work back in here to see if it will basically work its way back and then rebound from that. That would give us our higher swing low and possibly propel the IWM and the Russell into a more significant uptrend. Let's see what we got going on here. What else do we have? I wanted to highlight 3 different stocks to you, just really quick. And this is a summary. They're all 3 in the auto sector. The auto sector is doing pretty good according to Investor Business Daily. And these are the kind of the top 3 stocks. GM, you could factor in GM in there also. But these offer some interesting opportunities, but it's the tail of 3 different auto companies. Now, right now, Ford tops the list in that particular industry group or industry sector, according to Investor Business Daily. Ford has been in a nice little move up to the upside. There we go. Get that, back it out a little bit. As you can see, it's just on a nice little uptrend, heading up, following between the 20-day moving average and the upper Keltner channel, and just continues to proceed up. It broke out. It is not a high-priced stock. However, with that said, it does offer weekly options, and so it gives you some potential. I'm doing my experimental, my back testing on doing covered calls. I'm using Ford as my test subject, if you will, and that's what I'm working on and doing. It's going really well so far, but at the same time, though, since it is in a strong uptrend, I'm not able to do as much as I would like to in selling the calls, because I'll sell a call expecting a certain pullback, and then it basically rebounds from there. However, because the price action is fairly well contained within a 50 to 75 cent per day sequence, like today's price action was what? It was actually only, let's see what it was, 36 cents. Yesterday was 58 cents. That lends itself to being able to work with and experiment with doing the moving averages, which is actually an excellent opportunity. So as you can see, Ford, is Ford a buy right now? Well, no, it's a little bit extended. If I pop over here and we'll take a look out to the left a little bit more, as you can see, yeah, Ford is starting to approach this high level about 1343. And I'm going to go ahead and just highlight that because I want that to, that's not what I want. Let's see if I can do that again. There we go. And I want to highlight that high level, as you can see right there. And I'll just throw a horizontal line on top of that. There we go. Now that is my That's my upward target for right now. When price action gets to that, we'll see if we in fact do turn back around and reverse down to the downside. There we go. And so right now, price action just seems like it's just tracking on up the road, obeying, definitely obeying the, it's definitely obeying the trend lines, hanging in there. And let's go over to the daily again. And as you can see, just daily pressing on up, pressing on up. Now, if we go over to the intraday, yeah, the intraday has been a little bit extended on a 30-minute chart. So we'll expect some kind of a little pullback. Again, where is this a buy, buy it at wholesale? When it's against the 8 or against the 20. So that's where we're looking. If we break this downtrend line, then it's probably going to go back down and retest somewhere. Moving forwards, like I said, it's been on a tear. Now, compare that to our buddy Tesla. Tesla, from its highs a couple of weeks ago, has basically been testing with Tesla. Let me go up here. Yeah, here's our all-time high here. How much did Tesla fall? Well, Tesla fell from almost 900 bucks all the way down to this level here. And that is, if I read that correctly, is a 40% drop. And so one could say that Tesla is in its own bear market, if you will. I mean, that is definitely a bearish move. What's the difference between Tesla and Ford? Well, a couple of things. One, Tesla is way below all of its moving averages, and all of its moving averages are pointed which way? Down. If the 34 crosses below the 50, which could happen very soon, we could look for a drop even further with Tesla down to the downside. These two long candlesticks right here are both, I think they were after hour fills, that somebody had some stocks with a guarantee that they could sell it at a particular price. They did that, and that's why it painted, and it's kind of a false picture. So what are we looking at for Tesla? Tesla basically has worked its way all the way back up to the 20-day moving average, almost to the 50, and now has reversed. I will be looking towards the midsection of Tesla right now, or a break below the low of today, because today is a high day, for a potential trade to get into Tesla. If you're wanting to wait for the momentum shift, it's always a good idea to wait until you actually, if we traded it off the midsection of that big red candle at about 681, there's no guarantee that we're going to take out this level here, and we could just continue to push higher. Whereas if we take out this low here, a daily low at 654, and then work our way back up, that would be much more positive for taking a trade to the downside. So as you can see, Tesla looks weak. What's the other one? NIO. And all three of these stocks, car companies, are all going to be players in the electric vehicle space. And so NIO, Chinese company, again, looks a lot more like the Tesla than it does, looks like than Ford. And as you can see, do I want to trade this to the downside? We'll see. I mean, it basically, longer term, we look over here. Yeah, we took out this lower low here, intra-week, and now it's working back up into the moving averages. Nothing on the weekly chart has said, hey, I'm ready to turn around yet. And as long as we're looking at what was Tesla showing us. A similar type situation with Tesla. We basically have fallen down, didn't really take out a lower low yet, but we're working back down into a level of congestion and consolidation where it bounced from before. So just keep that in keep that in mind. And so that's what we're looking at with Tesla. What about, and as long as we're here, and then this would be the last one we work at, as long as we're here, let's take a look at GM. Okay. GM, much like Ford, on a really nice move up to the upside. Again, it's breaking out to new highs. However, comma, as you can see here, it's breaking out to new highs, but it does have a higher a level of resistance right there. There we go. Yeah, and it's bumped its head against there. 1, 2. This will be the third time. A breakout means we're probably going to run higher. And it is respecting the heck out of the, in this case, the 50-day moving average. So it is extended away, but watch, watch for a pullback back, or watch what happens if we break out above this level. If it's a solid breakout, that level at, I'll give you the level on that, at 57.05 will hold. If not, we may get a fake out breakout and a plunge back down into a lower level of support. So, okay, well, that's what I've got for you today. I hope that you are basically trading appropriately and also, trading with a system that allows you to, one, protect your capital, but also expose it to a certain level of growth. For our premium active trend trader members, remember we do have a training session this evening at 5:30 Pacific time. We're going to be talking about how to connect your trading plan to your wealth building plan. Very important connection that oftentimes traders miss. And so until tomorrow, well, I look forward to basically we'll see what the market brings. Remember to trade the chart in front of you. Thanks for joining us live. Hey, Jason, how you doing? And thanks for joining us live. We will be back on air. I will have this up and posted this afternoon to Instagram TV. Please like it, share it, and or if you join us and watch it on YouTube at Market Tech Talk. That's please like us over there also. And again, I like the car space. Looks like the American motors are doing well. Tesla's getting beat up a little bit. NIO's getting beat up a little bit, but it doesn't mean they're gonna come back. And so with that, aloha. God bless everybody. See ya.